Welcome back, guys. So finally, after several weeks of delay, I'm making my second part of my Windows XP build. As you can see in front of you, it's running, it's purring actually. A few modifications that I made originally from original build, like I put different fans in it, and I added a fan controller, and eventually a different video card went in, and also all the cables are sleeved, all of them. I simply disliked how it looked with the stock front panel connector cables, so I added sleeved extensions. So let me show you around. So this is the machine. It has 3 vents, 1 intake, all by Cooler Master, synchronized RGB fans, 1 on the front, 1 on the CPU cooler, and 1 for exhaust. So let me open it, and as you see, I'm running dual monitors. By today's standards, those monitors are ancient. I think they're over probably 10 years old. I think they're 12 years old actually. Those are 1280 by 1024, so just over 720p, both of them. But here's the thing, I love those monitors. I actually recently refurbished them, like I painted the bezels metallic blue, and I refuse to get rid of them because they do an amazing job at 75 Hz refresh rate. As you can see here, this is my Sharkoon mechanical RGB keyboard and Sharkoon gaming mouse, which also has LEDs. It's not RGB but just regular, and they both connected actually to a USB switch because I have 2 rigs and I don't want to switch cables every time. And just before I show you the innards of the XP build, this is the rig with all the modern specs in it. I will make a video about it on a later stage. Alright, so let's open this one up. And pop the hood. So let me show you around it. So I replaced the original video card that I had in it, the Radeon one, with this one, with the GeForce GTX 580 that I had lying around. The reason is I had trouble making the drivers for the Radeon work on my Windows XP for some bloody reason, and eventually I said fuck it. Ooh, YouTube's not gonna like that. And I put in this beautiful P&I GTX 580. The card is performing flawlessly, delivers a great job, no complaints about it whatsoever. It is a bit hot, but recently I cleaned it up. I put a new thermal paste on it, so the temperatures are in good balance. As you can see here, that's the audio extension. It's completely sleeved. That's the USB connection, also completely sleeved. The both SATA cables are sleeved, and then they all have a green theme because, well, green is the main color of Windows XP. Originally, at least. Then it went more blue, but whatever. So those are the beautiful RGB fans that are cooling the innards. The cooler is of course cooling the beautiful Q9550, which delivers a great performance still. It has 4 GB of DDR2 RAM. More is of course not needed because 32-bit Windows XP doesn't accept more. It has a semi-modular, as I showed you the last time, OCZ power supply. It delivers great performance, no issues whatsoever. And there's the Seagate Barracuda, I think it's 500 GB or 450, one of those. Hard drive, also perfect, no issues whatsoever. So for this case, it's actually quite a good case to build in. The reason for it, it's pretty simple. At the outside of the power supply there was a 2.5-inch drive cage, but the good thing is it was removable, and because it was removable, all the cables are pretty much tucked away in one hollow space, so I can easily reach them, I can easily change something. So this case provides quite a good cable management. Happy about it. And as you see, all the extensions. This is my GPU power cables, my CPU power cable, and my motherboard power cable, which is actually not really visible when the case is closed, but still. The front panel connectors actually are cables that are running here, are running to the motherboard. They're also pretty tucked away, and the good thing is they are hidden between the plastic bezel and the chassis. It worked out pretty great, so very solid for cable management, as I said again, once again for this case. And there's the LG optical drive. Also no complaints about it. Regarding performance, it runs smooth as silk. The games that I want to play on it, they play flawlessly, absolutely flawless. Flight Simulator. Then I also ordered a couple of nostalgic games from yesteryear, like for example Red Alert 2, which will be coming in next week. I will be installing it on it, and also Need for Speed Porsche 2000, or as it's called in US, Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed, which I was also a big fan of, and I can't wait to be able to play it on this rig. So all in all, very happy, no problems. Dual monitor setup, both at 75 Hz, beautiful. So thank you for watching.